this session, I'm going to tell you about tuple. So, what is tuple? A tuple is a collection which is ordered but it is unchangeable. We cannot change the elements of the tuple once it is created. The tuple are written with round brackets. For example, let's take some elements like red, yellow, green, and blue. If I want these elements to be inside my tuple, I will use round brackets. So the starting round bracket and the closing round bracket. So here red is my element 1, yellow is my element 2, green is my element 3, and 4 is my and blue is my element 4. So if I want these element or if I want my tuple to be inside a variable, to be stored inside my variable, I will use assign. I will use the assign operator. So this is here is the assign operator. And here colors is my variable name. So colors is my variable name in which my tuple is stored. Suppose that I have my variable which is colors, COLOUR colors, in which I want to store my tuple. So here is my tuple. For example, red, green, blue, and purple. So if I want to simply print this tuple, I will call the variable colors. So I will write print, and inside the brackets I will call my variable which is colors. So if I run this program, it will give me my output as red, green, blue, and purple. After creating the tuple, I want to print the elements of the tuple. So for that, my next topic is how to access items in a tuple. So you can access tuple items by referring to the index number inside the square brackets. So for example, this is my tuple, and in this tuple, you have to remember the index number. The index number of red is 0, green is 1, yellow is 2, and again red is 3. So these 0, 1, 2, 3 are the index number. So if I want to print green, I will refer to the index number 1. So I will write print, and I will call the variable which is colors, and I will point out to the index number which is 1. So this will give me my output as green. We can also print the elements by referring to the negative index number. So for example, here red has the negative index number of -4, green has the negative index number of -3, yellow -2, and red -1. So now if I want to print green, I will again refer to the index number, but it is now -3. So I will write print, and I will call the variable which is colors, and I will refer to the index number which is -3, and this will give me my output as green. Now if I don't want to print my tuple as it is, instead I want a single element to be printed. Suppose that I want to print only green. So in this example, this red is at the index number 0, this green is at the index number 1, this blue is at the index number 2, and this purple is at the index number 3. And for negative indexing, we have this purple at index number -1, blue at -2, green as -3, and red as -4. So these are the indexing, positive indexing and negative indexing. If I want to print green, I can either refer to 1, or I can either refer to -3. both will work. So here, for example, if I mention inside the square bracket my index number as 1, and if I run this program now, it will give me my output as green. Why? Because this green is at the index number 1 and I am calling the index number 1, and the output will be green. And for other example, if I take a index number as -3, and now again if I run this program, it will again give me my output as green, because -3 is the index of green. Now my next topic is range of positive indexes. You can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When specifying a range, the return value will be a new tuple with the specified values or items. For example, this is my tuple and I want to print from red to yellow. Remember that last element will not take itself, or last index will not take itself. So if I want to print from red to yellow, i.e. red, green and yellow, my last index will be purple. So purple will not take itself. So I will start with red. So my start index will be 0. My start index will be 0. My end index will be 3, because 3 will be excluded here. So I will write print. I will call the variable colors. I will give the start index, which is 0. I will mention the end index, which is 3, and which will be excluded. So the output will be red, green and yellow. Now let's take another example. Here is my new tuple. From this tuple, I want to print from green to purple. So I will write my start index as 1, because green is at index number 1 and red is at index number 0. And I will mention the end index to be red, because I want till purple. So I will write my end index as 4. So here 4 will be excluded. So i.e. red will be excluded from here. So now I will write print and I will call the variable which is colors. I will mention the start index as 1 and my end index as 4, because 4 will be excluded. So my output will be green, yellow and purple. Now if I want my output as from red, green and blue, only I want to print these elements, red, green and blue. I will write print and I will mention the start index. First of all, I will write colors, which is variable name. Inside the square bracket, first of all, I will mention the start index. So the start index will be this 0. And I want from red to blue. So I will mention the end index as 3, because this 3 will be excluded, because the last element will always get excluded. So I will mention here, I will write start index as 0 colon and the end index as 3. So now if I run this program, it will give me my output as red, green and blue. Now the next topic is range of negative indexes. Specify negative indexes if you want to start the search from the end of the tuple. I will repeat, specify negative indexes if you want to start the search from the end of the tuple. So for example, here is my tuple and I want my output as red, green and yellow. I will mention as red as -4. Remember the negative indexing. So here the start will be -4 and the end will be, you guessed right, -1. So here -1 will be excluded. minus 1 will be excluded. So I will write print. I will call the variable which is colors. Now the start index is minus 4 and the end index which is minus 1 is to be excluded. So the output will be red, green and yellow. Let's take another example. So here is my tuple. In this tuple, I want to print from green, yellow and purple. So the green index number will be minus, so for pink it is minus 1, red minus 2, purple minus 3, yellow minus 4, green minus 5. So my start index will be minus 5 and my end index will be minus 2, which has to be excluded. So I will write print and I will call the variable which is colors, and I will mention the start index as minus 5 for green and the end index for minus 2, and it has to be excluded. So my output will be green, yellow and purple. If you want to print the same output but with the help of negative indexing, so I will mention here. So for purple it is minus 1, for blue it is minus 2, for green it is minus 3 and for red it is minus 4. And I want my output as red, green and blue. So I will mention my start index as minus 4 and the end index as minus 1, because minus 1 will be excluded. Last elements always get excluded. So I will mention my starting element. I will mention my starting element as minus 4 and the end index as minus 1. And if I run this program, my output will be again red, green and blue. My next topic is change item in a tuple. Once a tuple is created, you cannot change its value. Tuples are unchangeable or immutable. But there is a workaround. You can convert the tuple into a list with the help of list constructor. Change the list, convert the list back into a tuple with the help of tuple constructor. So my next topic is loop through tuple items. You can loop through the tuple items by using the for loop. So for example, here is my tuple. So I will write for, I will mention the new variable which is I in the variable name which is colors, and I will print I because all my tuple elements are going in I one at a time. So I will write print I. You have to remember the indentation here, because indentation is the way of saying that print I is under the for loop, is inside the for loop. So this print I will give me my output as red, purple, green and blue, and not in a tuple format but in a one-on-one manner. I will be going to teach you about for loop in my upcoming session of for loop chapter. My next topic is find item in a tuple. So to determine if a specified item is present in a tuple, use the in keyword. So for example, here is my tuple and I will write if condition if yellow is present in my color or not. So if yellow in colors, this statement will check if this element yellow is present in the variable colors or not. So if this statement becomes true, it will print my desired output. So what it will print? It will print yes, yellow is present in color list. You can give any statement inside this double quotes. You have to remember the intent here. And for the output, it will give the output as yes, yellow is present in color list. In here, if I want to find some specific element in my tuple, for example, if I want to verify that blue is present in my tuple or not, I will simply write if blue is if blue in colors colon, if this statement becomes true, it will print yes, it is present. You can write anything inside this, inside the double quotes. You can write anything. So for example, if this statement becomes false, it will print nothing because I am not giving here else statement. So for this purpose only, I am writing if blue in colors. So if this statement becomes true, it will print this statement. So if I run this program, so what is happening here? So this statement is finding blue in my tuple. So this statement becomes true now. So now if this statement becomes true, it will print whatever inside this if statement. So this print statement is inside this if statement. So it will print yes, it is present. Suppose that if I write here yellow, so now this statement becomes false. So if I run this program now, it will show me blank output. Why? Because this if statement is finding yellow in my tuple, but it will not find it. So my interpreter will not go in this statement for this statement. My interpreter will ignore this statement because this if condition is false. So it will print nothing. It will print blank. My next topic is find length of tuple. To determine how many items a tuple has, use the len method or len function. So for example, here is my tuple. So colors is my variable name. So here red is the element 1, yellow is the element 2, green is the element 3, and blue is the element 4. So in total, in this tuple, I have 4 elements. So if I print, I will call the len function, which is len, and inside the len function, I will mention the variable name. So it will give me my total output as 4 because there are total of 4 elements inside my tuple. If I want to find how many elements are there in my tuple, I will use the len function. So I will write print. Inside this print brackets, I will write len with brackets, with round brackets. And inside these round brackets, I will call my variable, which is colors here. So now if I run this program, it will give me my output as 4. Why? Because red is the element 1, green is the element 2, blue is the element 3, and purple is the element 4. If it will not count from 0, it will not count from 0, it will count from 1 because we are finding the original length of the tuple. So it will count as 1, 2, 3, 4 and it will give me my output as 4 because there are total 4 elements or 4 items in my tuple. Now my next topic is how to add new items in a tuple. So here also, once a tuple is created, you cannot add items to the tuple. It means that tuples are unchangeable. Next topic is about dropping item or deleting item from a tuple. Tuples are unchangeable, so you cannot remove items from it, but you can delete the tuple completely. You can remove tuple completely with the help of del keyword. So you will write del followed by the variable name which is colors here. So this will delete the entire tuple and also the variable. It will also delete the variable. So tuple will be deleted from here. So now if you try to print colors variable, remember we have deleted the colors variable with the help of del keyword. It will give me the error message as name error, name colors is not defined because we have deleted the colors variable with the help of del keyword. If you want to completely delete the tuple and you want to also delete the variable, you will write del followed by the variable name here which is colors. Now if I print the variable colors, it will give me error. Why it is giving me error? Because we have deleted colors variable in this line and we are printing colors after that. So the color variable is already deleted here. So it will give me error as color is not found because color is deleted here in this line. My next topic is joining tuple. To join two or more tuples, you can use the plus operator. For example, here is my color 1 which is variable 1 and in variable 1 I have tuple elements as red and green. And again I have variable 2 color 2. In this tuple I have elements yellow and purple. Now I want a new tuple in which I want elements like red, green, yellow and purple. I want to join color 1 with color 2. So I want color 1 first, then color 2 elements second. I will bring the new element or new variable color. So color is equal to color 1 plus color 2. So the elements of color 1 plus color 2 is going to store in the new variable which is color. So it will print, if I print this print color, it will give me my output as, it will first print the elements of color 1 and then it will join the elements of color 2 in color 1. So it will write red, green first followed by yellow and purple. Now if I want color 2 elements first and then followed by color 1 element. So simply I will write color is equal to color 2 plus color 1. It means that color 2 elements will be written first followed by now color 1 element. So if I print color, this print color will give me my output as, it will print yellow and purple first followed by red and green. So it is joining two tuples. Now here I have two tuples and if I want to join color 1 followed by color 2, if I want to join these two tuples, I will write color. So color here is my new variable is equal to color 1 plus color 2 and for the output I will write print and I will call the variable color. Now if I run this program, it will give me my output as red, green, blue and purple. So here this color 1 will be called first. So these elements will be called first followed by color 2 elements. So these elements. So these elements join together to form a new tuple. Now if I want these blue and purple items of color 2 first and then items of color 1 second. So I want these elements to be presented first and these values to be presented second. So I will I will write here, okay, color 2 plus color 1. So now if I run this program, it will call color 2 elements first, which is blue and purple, followed by color 1 elements, which is red and green. So this is how you will join two tuples. My next topic is tuple constructor. It is also possible to use the tuple constructor to make a tuple. So for example, if I write colors is equal to tuple constructor, so here tuple with brackets, with round brackets, is my tuple constructor, and colors is my variable name, as you know. So inside these brackets, inside these round brackets, either I can write my set or I can give my list. So whatever inside this round brackets, inside the tuple constructor, will be converted into the tuple. So if I write print colors, it will convert my list into the tuple. Like list constructor, to make a list, you can use tuple constructor to make a tuple. So for example, I have variable here color, and I will write tuple constructor, tuple followed by round brackets. Inside these round brackets, I can either write a set. I will teach you about set in my upcoming lectures. So for example, here I am taking red and green and blue. So now if I print, I will write print and I will call the variable which is color. So now if I run this program, what is happening here? My set is converting into tuple. You can see the output here is in the form of tuple. Or you can either give list inside the tuple constructor. So anything inside the tuple constructor is converted into tuple. So here also, if I run this program, okay, I will change the elements. Instead of blue, I am writing purple. So now if I run this program, it was converting my list into the tuple. So my output is in the form of the tuple. So whatever you write inside this tuple constructor will be converted into tuple. I will tell you the difference between tuple and list in my next video. So thank you for watching my video. Please make sure to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Jai Hind.